Hello there YouTube, it's your boy B3, back with another kicking action figure review. Today we are talking about the Dark Knight's Death Metal Wonder Woman. We kind of skipped over her forever ago when I was reviewing the Dark Knight's Metal stuff when it was newer. We reviewed Superman, and we reviewed Batman and Robin King, and we didn't get the second Batman because it was just the same exact figure with a swapped accessory. And I kind of skipped Wonder Woman, and then I never reviewed Darkfather because I didn't review all the figures that came with his parts. So now I'm like, oh shit, I gotta review this Wonder Woman. Getting all these DC figures recently has made me like, oh crud, I gotta get on that Wonder Woman review. So yeah, here she is, Wonder Woman, the, I would really say, main character of Dark Knight's Death Metal. You'd expect Batman, but it was in fact Wonder Woman, which was pretty rad. I really like Wonder Woman, one of the best characters ever created, especially for comics. Really love her. This is her Dark Knight's Metal design. She's got the hair that fades to blue. She's got the crown, the skulls on her arms, you know. Pretty dope. The chainsaw of truth that a lot of fanboys freaked out about when it was announced. It was like, guys, it's just for an event. It's a temporary thing. Why are you all freaking out? Fanboys can't handle change. Even though DC and Marvel never actually change anything, it's always just temporary. I really like these boots, actually. And she's painted pretty well. She's got that dead stare that a lot of toys have, but hey, that's how it do. You know, painted all up on the back, even though she's got the cape over her. Pretty good. Pretty good looking figure. Now let's talk about function a little more. With the hair the way it is, you can kind of turn her head this way easily, but not this way. She looks down pretty well, not really much up at all. There seems to be articulation under her torso here, like it's in there, but then the rubbery clothes over it kind of keep it from moving well. Arms go up and down, forward and back. You got a bicep, double elbow, that's all good. Forward and back on the wrists, rotation on the wrist. The arms move just fine. She doesn't come with much better than the arms, though. Legs go in and out, that's fine. Forward, back, they move pretty well. Knees bent, you know, a bit of a rotation at the top. And then the feet on mine are really stiff, so I have trouble with their articulation. They kind of do the forward and back fine, but then this kind of hinders, and they don't want to rotate, even though they're built to. Neither of them do. Even though you can clearly see the articulation there. So, like, see how this foot is, like, crooked on the boot? Oh, there it goes. Jeez, I've been working that joint for a long time, and it's just now popping. What about this one? Nope. Nope on that one. But yeah, I've been working that joint over for a while. This one I'm not as concerned with because it is facing the right direction, but that one took some... I've been working on that a while. And there's also toe articulation that's also kind of stuck. It doesn't want to move either. I don't know what the issue is there. I've heated her up multiple times. I don't know. I don't know if it's paint stuck in there. I don't know what the deal is. But that is a deal. At least she looks good, though. And if you're going to have Dark Knight's death metal stuff, Wonder Woman's like the main thing you need. She is the main character, as I said. Accessory-wise, she doesn't have any interchangeable hands, but she does have, of course, her Chainsaw of Truth, which looks pretty good. I mean, it's mostly just gold. There's two colors of gold. I think that comes across on the camera. You know, two colors here with the blue up top. She doesn't hold it the best. It's real wobbly in her hands. As you can see, she has like a trigger hand, but there's no trigger really on the chainsaw. It kind of looks like there is. I guess you're supposed to, in theory, maybe have the trigger finger on that, but that doesn't really work. It doesn't go on there. This doesn't really go between the fingers well. She really needs to hold it up here. But it's so wobbly because the hand is not specifically designed for it. You just need like a general holding hand that doesn't have the trigger. Having the finger up for a trigger that's not there just kind of makes it loose. That's just lazy. That's just lazy. They just slapped a hand on her that could hold things and didn't test to see if it would hold it well. Basically, that's what I think happened there. But we have her weapon. No interchangeable hands, as I said, but I'm fine with the holding hand and a fist hand. Just wish the holding hand worked. Here's the card. I thought the cards were cool before, but as I've said in some other reviews, now the cards are kind of just whatever to me, because it's just a product shot of the figure you have in hand. I miss the comic book art. I'm sure they just had to pay more for the comic art or something, and so they stopped doing that to save money, but that was kind of what made the cards interesting. I don't know. And there's a read-up about the Dark Knight's Death Metal Wonder Woman. And of course she came with a stand. I am happy about these stands, especially since she doesn't stand the best in the world. Lots of characters in heels, when they get translated to action figures, don't stand the best, but it fits on her just fine. She stands just fine with it. It's a cool little stand. Works for me. And she, even though she's a flying character, she doesn't have one of the flying stands, because I believe she came out before they started doing that. Which is fine, once again. But yeah, now let's get into some size comparisons. Got to show her with another Dark Knight's Death Metal figure. Here's the McFarlane DC Multiverse Dark Knight's Death Metal Superman. Pretty cool. Works for me. I like that she's as tall as he is, if not a little taller. Now let's compare her with an Injustice 2 Flash from the McFarlane DC Multiverse line. Very cool. Who else? Here's another character from Hell Arisen that kind of led into Dark Knight's Death Metal, King Shazam. She could take him. Oh. And then from the original Dark Knight's Metal, Red Death. And those are all McFarlane-y figures. Let's show a DC Direct in Unkillable's Red Hood from Deceased. And then just, I guess, show something that's not a McFarlane or a DC. Here she is with a Lightning Collection Putty Patroller. This would be from the 2-pack, I think. Cool. But that's really it for Wonder Woman here. She's cool. She's a cool display piece. If you're going to get the Dark Knight's metal figures, you definitely need her. She comes with the head and cape to build Dark Father, which I will show you in the Dark Father review, which is upcoming. But yeah, I mean, she looks good. The functionality isn't the best, though. You know, even on her card, that's like not the most dynamic pose. You know? But yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. We got more DC coming. More Godzilla, Ultraman, Power Rangers, Super Sentai. All kinds of great stuff. So that's it. Thank you all. And I'll see you all later.